All right. Good afternoon, students, and welcome for today's class. And today we'll be taking a very important um, analogy. That is, we'll be going through the past question. All right. We'll be going through the past questions. So we'll be considering year 2020. Year 2020. That's what we are looking at. That's what we are considering. All right. So you can see this past question, consolidated past questions and answer. Okay. So we are taking from question 1. So what we'll be doing now is we are going to be going through these questions and I'll provide answers and I'll tell you why the answers are so. So please try and get the past question so that we can move, in unison, can move together. Okay. So there won't be any form of differences. If you don't have the past questions, you can go online. You can go to my, I think there are some. You can go on Google. You'll get them there, but it's good to have this. Okay. All right. So let's take number 1. The term ceteris paribus in economics means A, human beings are unpredictable. B, all factors are fully utilized. C, resources are scarce. And D, human problem can be solved. So the term ceteris paribus in economics. So what do we mean by the term ceteris paribus? Now, ceteris paribus is a Latin word, okay? It's a Latin word, which means all other things being equal, right? All other things being equal. All other things being equal. So when you consider, we have A, human beings are unpredictable. All factors are fully utilized. Resources are scarce. Then D, human problem can be solved. Now, if the meaning is what? All things being equal, right? So if you are saying all things being equal, what do you think can tally with the answer here? Now, in economics, when we say all things being equal, we mean that all those factors there, they are constant. And when things are constant in economics, that means they have their full potential. They have what? Their full potential. So that means, all things being equal, don't forget, it's an assumption. Because we cannot consider everything, together. That means there will be what you call analysis paralysis. Because we are trying to consider A. Let's say you have factors like A, B, C, D, E, F. And I want to do an economic analysis, right? And you should know by now that if you are trying to make economic analysis from A, B, C, D, E, F, you will observe that Mr. A is a human factor, all right? Maybe societal factor, human factor, government factor, but there will be a presence of what? Human element, living element. So I want to consider all these 5 things, 6 things together. That means I need to assume that all these things, they have their full potential. Maybe I want to consider B and C alone. That means that A, D, E, F must be what? Must be held constant. Meaning that they are all what? Fully utilized and they fully have their potential. So we are not going to be seeing their what? Their effect on the remaining what? Factors. So that is the full meaning for what? Ceteris paribus and why we use it. Okay? So the answer here should be option B. All factors are fully utilized. all factors are fully utilized. The voting power in a cooperative society. Cooperative. When we say cooperative society, we all know it's a society where things are done fully due to what? To the advantages of what? Of their members. Are you following? So it is not actually, though in a cooperative society, it's a society where things are done collectively. Okay? Things are done what? Collectively. Come. Let's do the front now. Where things are done, take one chair. Where things are done collectively. You can even sit here. Or you can take that one. So where things are done what? Collectively. Are you following? So it's more like anytime you hear a cooperative society, it can be a company. Okay, it can be a limited liability company, or it can be a what? A private company. Okay. But one thing about a cooperative society is that things are done commonly. Things are done commonly. Okay. That means if they are making profits, okay, profits, profit is a motive, but another thing that can be a motive is what? Members' welfare. Unlike a full profit motive company where they don't really care about the welfare of their members. They only care about what? Making profit at all costs. Okay. So a question like this, the voting power and when we say voting power, we just mean the power to make what? Decision. All right. Members without loan, members with highest contribution, shareholders. You observe, if you look, let's take the management. Okay. Now, the management actually are what? They are the internal members. Managements are what? Internal members. Management do not own the organization. Please take note. Management do not own the organization in a cooperative society. Management are employed by shareholders. So that means, in other words, management are employed. So management they take decision on behalf of what? Shareholders. So that means shareholders pass their decision to who? To the what? Management. So the management carries it out on their behalf. So management is off. Shareholders, if you consider shareholders, now you observe that we have two types of shareholders in the company. We have what you call the ordinary shareholder. We have what you call the preference shareholder. The ordinary shareholder, we can also call it the deferred shareholder. Deferred shareholder. That means they have what you call deferred shares. Then preference shareholder. You observe that shareholder is accumulating both what? Ordinary share and what? Preference share. So we cannot really take shareholder as the answer. I didn't mean they were specific. They said, let's say preference shareholder. Then we can move and pick what? Preference. But because they say shareholder, that answer is what? Wrong. We can't pick it. But definitely we can pick the option B, which is members with the highest contribution. So the answer is B. Okay. We are looking into year 2020. Okay. All right. So question 3. Economics is the study of human behavior as it relates to the dash. A, efficient allocation of scarce resources, operation of company, production of goods, generation of income. So what does economics really what relate to when it is studying human behavior? It's very simple. It relates to the what? To the efficient allocation of what? Scarce resources. Are you with you? So the answer is A, efficient allocation of scarce resources. Let's move to question 4. In the production process, total output is at maximum when dash. Now, look at that question closely. In the production process. Now, in the production process, don't forget, we have some theories in the production process. We have what you call total product, average product, and what? Marginal product. Abi? Now, they want to know or they are asking you that what happens to NP when you are having what? Total what? Output. And don't forget, output and product is the same. Total product, total output. I mean, so they are asking you what happens to NP when you have what? When you are having what? When your total output is at maximum. That's the question. What happens to what? Total output when it is at what? What happens to NP when your total output is at maximum? Now, this is what's going to happen. So we have to draw a small graph and illustrate 1, 2, 3, and let's see their relationship. Okay. So we have one here. We call this one TP. We have another guy here. We have another guy here. So this is AP and this is what? MP. Now, from this question, they said, what happens to MP when TP is at maximum? Where is the maximum TP? TP is at maximum at this point. Is that not it? So if TP is maximum here, what's MP? We are tracing down. CMP here. That means MP is what? 0. Are you following? So that means that MP equals to 0 when TP is at what? Maximum. So let's check for that option in the answer. Let's check for that answer in the option. They said A, AP is greater than 0. B, MP is greater than 0. C, MP equals to 0. D, AP equals to 0. So what's the answer? MP equals to 0. And the option is C. Okay? All right. Question 5. Okay, they gave us something like this. Give us a question. So we are giving something like this. And they did something like this, right? Shaded something here like this. So here is O. Here is output per head. Here is population. From the shaded area of the diagram above, an appropriate population policy will be to dash. Now, before we answer the question, when you see one of the way to pass Jamb exam is when you see a question, okay, you should have at least 70% mastery of that subject matter or the topic that carries that question. Are you following? So now, from this, I'm seeing population. So that means this question is regarding what? Population. So what do I know about population? Or what do I know about something like this? I know that this graph here is telling me about the what? The stages of population or the population size. Stages of population or population size. That means that I have 3 stages of population. I have what I call underpopulation. I have what I call overpopulation. And I have another one, optimum population. So these are the stages of population or the population size. Now, what is underpopulation? You observe, we have 1 here. You have a line dividing this place, Abi, and you have another part here. Now, look at it. This is where population is. This is your output per head. So what's going on here? What is happening here is that at this portion, you observe that population is what? Is at the number here is not much. So that means this part is what? Underpopulation. Then this part definitely will be what? Overpopulation. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Then which one is now optimum? Optimum is what? Is the mediator. And this is it here, this point. Optimum population. Are you following? Now, since we know that this is optimum population, Abi, What then can we figure out from this graph here? We can figure out that in an optimum population, you have the what? You have the highest output per head. Abi, that's one of the characteristics you are seeing. In an optimum population, what do you have? Highest output per head. You observe, look at this portion from here, you see. You observe that the output per head here is lesser compared to what? Optimum. Do you get what I'm saying now? Good. And if you consider the overpopulation is even worse. Look at it, oh. You know here, population is rising, Abi, and output per head is what? Is also rising a little bit, Abi now. Good. But if you consider over, population is increasing, and output per head is what? Decreasing. Have you seen what is going on here now? Good. All right. So now since we know that this part is under population, so let's read the question again. From the shaded area, we know the shaded area. What's the shaded area? Underpopulation. So I'm going to put underpopulation there. So from the underpopulation area of the diagram above, an appropriate population policy will be to dash. A, discourage immigration. What is immigration? There is a concept we call net migration. Net migration consists of two things. We have the word immigration and we have the word emigration. What's emigration? From the word to emit. You are going out. Immigration, you are coming in. Good. So A, they said discourage people coming in. B, encourage the use of contraceptive. Okay, encourage the use of what? Contraceptive. C, discourage polygamy. Then D, encourage early marriage. Now, if you consider this, you know this is underpopulation, Abi. That means that you will observe that as the population is increasing bit by bit, what is happening to the output per head is also increasing. So that means that in an underpopulation, okay, we need population to what? To rise. So as to have what? An increase in what? Output per head. So what can increase population in this place? Is it discourage immigration? You know, you are discouraging immigration, so people can come in. You get it? But we need people to what? To be plenty. So the only thing that can make people to be plenty in this place is what? Encourage early marriage. Because when you encourage early marriage, that is, a boy at the age of 15 years can marry fast. And when he marries fast, what happens? Children come fast. Abi now? So the answer is what? D. Encourage. So early marriage can increase what? Population size. Okay? Question 6. In a capitalist economic system, the problem of what to produce is decided mainly by dash. What is a capitalist economic system? A capitalist economic system is an economic system where the decision of production, the decision of distributing, okay, is in the hands of what? Private individual. You know, it's capitalist. So, capitalist can also be called laissez-faire. I know I have a lot of people watching me that they understand French very well. Okay, but to me, I pronounce it in the way I can spell. Those in the French can pronounce it another way, laissez-faire, but just pronounce it in a way you can spell. Okay, then this one is free market economy. Free market economy or market economy. Are you getting it now? Or they can call it free economy. You get it? So, but once you hear market economy, free market economy, you are still talking about what? The capitalist system. All right. So, in the capitalist system, what to produce is decided mainly by A, relative prices, central planner, shadow prices, profit level. So it's decided mainly by, is it relative prices, central planner, shadow prices, and profit level. The problem of what to produce. You know, we have what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, have we? So in a capitalist, before they produce. Do you get what I'm saying now? That is the item they want to produce. What is the yardstick they are going to use to produce it? So the option again, relative prices, central planner, shadow prices, and profit level. And the answer is what? Profit level. D. Because they are going to consider the profit the product is going to give. Are you following? So that's what that's what will make them to produce it or not to produce. Number 7, by definition, variable cost is related to total cost by the equation dash. So I'm going to write all the equation on the board so that we can actually select. So they wrote option A. It said VC equals to TC plus FC. B, VC equals to TC minus FC. VC equals to TC. Wow. Yeah, I think they wrote, I can't see what they wrote here, but I'm just put it there like that. D, VC equals to TC open bracket, close bracket, open bracket, FC close bracket. All right. So, what is the meaning of VC in terms of mathematical formula in this place? Before you can know what variable cost is, don't forget, variable cost is a cost that changes with respect to the level of what? Output. Are you following? Now, in advanced accounting, they tell you variable cost is a cost that changes as activity level changes. Are you guys what I'm saying? Are you guys what I'm saying? It changes as what? Activity level changes. Hold on. Now, it's actually very simple. What is activity? To a non-business person, activity is an activity. But in a business, activity is what brings what? Profit. So it is the activity that brings forth what? Production. Hope you are getting. So that means that anytime activity changes, what happens? Production will change. Do you get it? So if I say variable cost is a cost that is altered by activity level, what does that mean? It means that anytime there is a change in activity, there will be a change in what? In production. Are you following now? So if I don't want to use that, I can say it is a cost that changes as production changes. Are you following? So it's still the same thing. Now, before I can get the meaning of this, I need to understand that there's something we call total cost. And total cost is the what? Is the summation of fixed cost plus what? Variable cost. So if I want to get fixed cost from here, I will just make fixed cost the subject of the formula. So therefore, fixed cost will be equal to TC minus VC. If I want to get VC2, what's VC? VC2 will be what? TC minus FC. So let's look for it there. So I think my option is what? B. Are you following? So that's the answer, B. Where TC equals to, VC equals to TC minus FC. So I know fixed costs, they don't change with respect to what? The level of output. Okay? But variable costs, they change with respect to the level of output. Okay? All right. Number 8. Scarcity in economics implies that A, the economy has very few resources. B, human wants are limitless. C, the economy can scarcely produce anything. D, resources are limited in relation to want. I remember I said something in this class. The very first topic, I said the reason why we say that human resources are scarce is because when you compare them to resources, they don't meet up. Are you following? Let me now turn it to the other way around. What if resources are unlimited? Or let me say Let me not use that. Let me not even go that way. Let's say human wants. Let me do it like that. If I say human wants are limited, what will happen to resources? That means resources are what? Unlimited. Do you get the logic? You know, what we all know and what is basic, what is fundamental is what? Human wants are unlimited. So therefore, resources will be what? Scarce. Abi? But what if resources are unlimited? What will happen to human wants? It will be limited, it will be scarce. Oh, how I wish we were in that kind of society where your human wants to be limited. Abi? But it's not so. All right. So that means the answer will be what? Option D. So my option D is what? Resources are limited in relation to what? To want. That's why we say it is what? Scarce. Okay? Good. Question 9. Choice in economic life is necessitated by dash. A, the need to construct scale of preference. B, the opportunity cost of consumption. C, unlimited want. D, scarcity of resources. Why do you make choices? Why do you make choices? You only make choices because you know your resources are scarce. Abi now? Adi being the resources are infinite. Choice will not be at play. Abi? You make choices. Oh, okay. Due to the fact that now there's London, there's America, there is Brazil, there is Ikorodu. So I want to travel to these 4 places. Abi? So I'm looking at it that, well, for my resources, I can travel to Ikorodu. Abi? Because the level of resources I have now can only take me to Ikorodu. You understand? But I cannot say, okay, the thing is, due to the fact that resources are scarce, I need to make a choice. Where do I want to go? Are you getting it now? Where I can say, where? I can't go to the 4 places at the same time. Or I can't say I want to go to the 4 places, consecutively. So I need to select because of resources. So I'm going to select what? America. Have you now? So guys, please, next week, I'm going to US. I'll take it from US, okay? All right, so number 9.